and gentlemen, football fans from all over the world, it's your boy Big Q, TeamBoydTV. I'm back with my cohorts like always. It's been that time, fellas. What's going on, fellas? What's happening?
What up, Glass?
It's all good. It's all good. We back.
We are back, and the boys are back. And let me get you and introduce the boys for people who are here for the first time. There's my boy, the Raven Shogun, JB. What's happening? What's happening with you?
What up? YouTube, Twitter, all the social media.
Yeah, what's going on? And we got the Sage of Sports, Glass from Get With It Sports in the building. What's going on, homie?
As always, what's up to my Twitter hustlers out there, to my brothers here, JB, Big Q. Let's go ahead and do this.
Yo, it's a new year. It's a new season. Everything is 0-0. The slate is clean. And the boys, TeamBoydTV Live crew, are here to set off the official, unofficial start of the 2018 NFL campaign. How you feel, JB?
I mean, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's hot this way, but other than that, after the draft and all that, I'm okay.
Yeah, so you got some action going on down there. Speaking of action, you got Action Jackson. We're going to talk about the AFC North a little while back. But how you feeling about what you see, what's going on with your squad right now, man?
Transition, but it's better than being stalled out past couple seasons.
Right, word. Glass, what's happening out your way, man? What's going on with you, man? What's happening?
Oh, it's all good. You know, I'm in the shy. It's warmer now.
Word.
I'm getting a little heat out here, but it's all good.
I see you out in the yard doing your thing with your cigars and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. I see you doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you look, did your boys finally figure out this country quarterback situation in Denver?
Man, I hope so. I hope so. Okay. Anything is better than what we had last year. We can't go nowhere but up.
Right. Now, the sale of my Carolina Panthers went through on Monday. A lot of stuff going on with that. Found out today, was it yesterday, I think, that part of the contract with the sale of the team, my man couldn't move the Jerry Richardson statue from out the front yard, yo. What you think about that, JB?
Hey, man, he got to leave something. They got to let him. He got to remind him.
It's in the contract, though. Like, he can't, legally, he can't move it.
There's always terms and conditions, man.
You know,
man, he the founder, man. You can't let the founder just disappear, man. Plus, he paid a lot of money for that statue.
Well, how about we reduce it to just a plaque? You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
I mean,
Tell us how you feel.
I'm just saying. So, JB's other things going on. We just getting together for the first time. People might not believe us, but, man, during the off season, we don't really speak that much. You know what I'm saying? So
not much, man.
You've been doing your thing. I've been checking you out on Instagram. You've been keeping up with all the sports. You had a lot of fun with the NBA Finals and all of LeBron James talking, all that kind of stuff.
Appreciate it.
But all this while, though, JB, stuff been happening in the NFL. Things been popping off. You know what I mean? Like, I think, what's the recent stories? Glass, we got LaShawn McCoy in the news, right?
Brandon Brown there.
Brandon Brown in the news.
Losing their minds, man.
Look, crazy stuff.
CTE is real.
It is real.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if y'all want to talk about any of that kind of stuff. The one thing I want to get y'all's opinion on before we because we are going to be doing the NFC East Divisional Breakdown since they did win the Super Bowl and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about them a little bit. We're definitely going to get into that. But I want to talk, there's some stuff, with the NFL filing the grievance, not the NFL, what was the NFLPA filing the grievance about the kneeling situation, right, to the NFL. Glass, I know you and Brandon, y'all talked about it a couple times on y'all show, and it seemed like we always circle back to this, man. The law, they agreed on the new rules. If you want to protest or demonstrate any kind of way, demonstrate, you got to do it in the locker room. You know what I mean? So some people feel like that ain't fair. Some people feel like that ain't right. I don't want to dwell on it, but we got to discuss it. Glass, how you feel about it going forward?
The whole thing is a bunch of crap. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, and my quote is for this whole situation, the NFL is scared to speak and only speaking because they scared. You know what I'm saying? Right. They got Donald Trump just pimping them out and everything. How I feel about it? They should have left well enough alone. Everything died down, and then they go ahead and throw this policy in the last minute. Everything's in uproar right now. Yeah. They're just going by Trump's lead, and you're a multi-billion-dollar organization. I understand he's the president, but he only the president. He just talking mad junk. Right. It is what it is. The NFLPA filed a grievance against the new policy, so we're gonna have to see how that turns up. I hate it personally.
I don't know, JB. It's you know what I mean? Oh, let me turn that music. I forgot to squash that. There you go. But it's been brought to my attention that because I was going back looking at some old stuff. I've been binging on NFL Network for the last like month or whatever, right? And I don't know if it's because of the the games are older, they're not showing everything, but I don't really remember the TV broadcast really dwelling that deep on the pregame ceremonies, right? I think it's only been a thing like lately, right? So now,
Right.
If they wasn't showing the pregame ceremonies before, why is it a big deal now? Yeah, that's the part I don't really understand.
Well, a situation is it's only as strong as the attention you give it. Yeah, so like Glass say, I think they should have left well enough alone. I mean, if they stop talking about it, everybody else will stop talking about it. They made it a big deal. Now people have to make a decision on what they want to do. I think it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
It's either going to cost the league money or is it going to cost the players a right. So,
well,
I don't know what the medium is, but I think they should just. I feel like when you tell somebody they can't do something, they'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a weird place that we're in right now. But I feel like the NFL put themselves in a bad spot because if they intend, this is my opinion, Glass, if they intend on showing all this pregame ceremony, singing the national anthem and presenting the colors and all that, which I'm telling you 4 or 5 years ago, I just don't remember seeing all that, right? Only in big games like playoff games and Super Bowl and stuff like that, I kind of understand it, but I don't remember seeing it on a regular 4:30 Sunday afternoon game. I just don't remember seeing it. You know what I mean? But the only I'm thinking they put themselves in a position where if everybody stayed in the back, then what they gonna show on the cameras? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, they could just do that. As simple.
Right.
They could have Joe Buck and old buddy talk during the whole pregame. There's no airtime. If you don't show it, it don't exist.
Absolutely.
I mean, when the last time you seen a streaker on the field? We know because the announcers say they're out there, but have you ever seen it?
Right.
Have they ever broadcast a streaker or any type of other protest? Or
no.
They'll get probably 2 seconds of airtime. Then they get
you can catch it on ESPN, on SportsCenter, something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, this one, Glass, kind of, I couldn't wait to get you on here so I could discuss this with you. Terrell Owens, man. Look, I know some people, I spoke with some other people, and some people say that I'm making a big deal out of this, and it ain't really a big deal. Terrell Owens has said publicly that he's going to forego the Hall of Fame ceremony, receiving his bust and being with his inductees in Canton, right? And he's going to do this, privately with his fans and his personal people in Chattanooga somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, right?
And here's my thing, so all the drama surrounding Terrell Owens and the Hall of Fame, you would think that he would have been like watering at the mouth, like salivated the thought of getting up on that stage in front of the very people that he got so much problems with, and putting them on blast on live TV. But he decided to bow out. I think it's a coward move, JB, and I'm not feeling T.O. right now. I'm just not.
What?
I'm not feeling this move. I think it's a cowardly move. I think he's tucking his tail. I think he raised all that fuss when they was not letting him in. Now they let him in, and he don't really want to face the music. He don't want to live up to the hype that he set up for himself. What you think, JB?
I think he still want to play, but once you induct into the Hall of Fame, that's basically it. You can't be a Hall of Fame on the field. First of all, before Glasgow, and in my opinion, shout out to the AAFL team fighting cancer. I think they're going to win it all. I don't know if y'all guys been following flag football situation.
It's been great. Yes, it's been awesome.
I think they're going to win it all. They just a good squad. Anyway, I think T.O. is he's not going out in his not usual fashion. So there you go.
And Glass, you seem to disagree with what I said. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. I just feel like this been a build up for what, 4, 5, 6 years now. You know what I mean? Like, and we at a point where he finally got in. Yo, if you got beef with these people, let them know and do it in their face. Don't go and hide in Chattanooga somewhere to do it. I mean, it seems like a coward way to me, Glass. It just does.
I don't think I ain't gonna call it a coward move. That's a little bit too far. Of course, everybody want him to do the Michael Jordan of football Hall of Fame on him and just trash everybody. But I get where he's coming from. This man, with all the wide receiver stats that's out there, he's in the top 3 next to Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. And yeah, he deserving to be the first round ballot Hall of Famer. Well, this is third time, if I'm mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of slapping his face. So I guess this is his way of slapping the NFL in their face. Yes, I agree. He's gonna resent this later on in his life, but right now he feel like, you know what, I've been playing like a diva. I'm gonna end up being like a diva. I'm gonna do my own thing. Now I just hope that at University of Tennessee Chattanooga, he got a nice little response, and they got a lot of fans out there.
Yeah.
I hate for him to go out there and they got 30, 40 people out there and nobody really celebrating his work. But you know, like I said, when it comes to the voters or whoever in the media that's voting for him, they putting stuff outside the field into what he's doing on the field. Everybody saying he was a bad teammate. I've heard opposition saying that never was the case. It's just stuff that's outside the field. Now, if you can't separate stuff outside the field to the stuff that's on the field, you don't need to be voting for the Hall of Fame.
Well,
correct.
Well, I feel on that. I don't know. I feel like really though he should face the music, and you know he should at least back up all the crap we've been saying. You know what I mean? But that ain't why we're here, right, JB? That ain't what we're here for today, right?
No, it's not.
It's not what we're here for today. But I just wanted to kind of, because you know we ain't did this in a while, so I had to flex a little bit. You know what I mean? But we're here to talk about the NFC East. We're gonna break this division down, and we're gonna see how we feel. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of things that moved around in this division. Some big moves, some things that we didn't see coming and they didn't happen, you know, and this kind of thing. So listen, let's get into it real quick. Glass, where we starting at?
Are we on divisional breakdown right now?
Yeah, we can go right into it.
Ooh. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Vern, but we're gonna have to jump on your team. Yeah. Last place in the division was the New York Giants, finished 3-13. Big old difference from 11-5 the year before, but that's just me. Mm-hmm. In the division, they was 1-5. Right now, the head coach is Pat Shermer. To hell with Ben McAdoo. On offense, they second overall. Rushing, they averaged 96.8, 25th in the league. Passing, 217.4, which is 18th in the league. On defense, they was 30th all overall. Rushing, stopping the rush was 120.8, which was 26th in the league. Stopping the passing, 252.4, which is 30th in the league. So everything is below 20. No, I'm sorry, below 20. They got a new general manager in David Gettleman. You know everything about that, Big Q. Mm-hmm. I'll go with the draft. In the draft, they got Saquon Barkley, who I thought should have been number 1, but that's just me. He was number 2 from Penn State, the running back. Mm-hmm. In the second round, they got Will Hernandez, the offensive guard from Texas El Paso. 2 in the third round, Lorenzo Carter, defensive end from Georgia, and B.J. Hill, defensive tackle from North Carolina State. In the fourth round was Kyle Lauletta, quarterback from Richmond. And in the fifth round was R.J. McIntosh, the defensive tackle from Miami of Florida.
There you go.
The one play I know that's left was Justin Pugh. The guard, he got replaced with Will Hernandez, which I say was drafted. Top passer of the league was top passer of the Giants was Eli Manning. The 36, I know, right? 36 years old. He played 15 games, and let me just make a quote out of that. He should have been 16 games because Eli Manning has played 210 consecutive regular season games. Started. The streak was ended. Oh, he was second of all time to quarterback Brett Favre, who had 297. But after a 2-9 start for the season, dumbass head coach Ben McAdoo broke the streak in week 13 by sitting Manning and replaced him by who? Geno Smith.
Yeah, and he got fired behind it. So
okay, yeah, that's a fireable offense right there.
Definitely a fireable offense. You know what I mean?
I digress. We gonna move on.
Right.
Eli completed 352 passes out of 571 attempts, which was 61.6%. He accumulated 3,468 passing yards, 19 passing touchdowns to 13 interceptions. Eli was sacked 31 times, fumbled 11 times, and had a QBR ranking of 41.7.
Wow.
Top rusher was Orleans Darkwa. Started 15 games. Has 171 carries to 751 yards, which is an average of 4.4 yards per attempt. 1 fumble, which is good, and 5 rushing TDs. Second to him was the quarterback Eli Manning with 1. That ain't a good stat.
Right.
Top receiver, Sterling Shepard, started 10 out of 11 games. He was targeted 84 times with 59 receptions for 731 yards, average of 12.4 yards per reception, and had 2 receiving TDs. Second to him was Evan Ingram, the tight end. He was a close second. 11 out of 15 games played. Started 11 out of 15 games played. He was targeted 115 times with 64 receptions for 722 yards, which is an average of 11.3 yards per reception. And he had the team high 6 receiving TDs. Top defenders for the team. Strong safety Landon Collins led the team in tackles with 74 and 25 assists. Defensive end Jason Pierre-Paul, the one-hand bandit, led the team in sacks with 8.5. The other defensive end, Olivier Vernon, had 6.5. And cornerback Janoris Jenkins, who had problems off the field, we'll talk about that in a minute, led the team in interceptions with 3 that he returned for 113 yards and 2 TDs.
Wow. Well, I don't know where to start, JB. Well, then JPP is not on the team no more, right? He gone now, right? Didn't they release him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember where.
Yeah. So, and that's it. They didn't bring no help in for the young corner Eli Apple either. All right, JB, let's start with you, man. Pretty dismal stuff in New York, man. Odell Beckham Jr. couldn't really stay healthy. I think he was in and out of the lineup like 2 or 3 different times. So he couldn't stay consistent. Eli Manning's interception count, what was it again? It was going up pretty high. The only thing I saw that was a positive on the squad, JB, was Darkwa, right? Who was getting ready to be replaced by the rookie Saquon Barkley. So the dude who performed the best on the team is the one that's being replaced. JB, look, I don't know what to say about the Giants. I know they retooling right now. They brought in a new general manager, which I know this general manager is good for turning teams around. But I just really feel like we're going to see more of the same from the New York Giants this season. Where you at?
I don't believe so. I think they got a chance. They got the pieces that was there just wasn't coming together, and Odell got hurt, and you saw what happened to they vaunted secondary was supposed to be. And I don't know what's going to become of Janoris Jenkins. They found a dead body in his house, right. So I don't know what his connection may end up being with that. But they were fine. I don't know if DRC is still going to be back there, but Landon was another bright spot that they had in the secondary on the team in general.
Yeah.
I think they can turn it around. I don't think they will be exactly what they was.
I mean, I have yet to see what this RB1, overall, the second round, the overall second pick of the draft. He could be, the next, Todd Gurley. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But unless some offense come out of here, Glass, unless they generate some offense, man, I can't really, they had won 3 games last season. It took them to week 11 to win the first game. You know what? I'm just thinking, like, man, this is gonna be a rough one, man. I
think them guys lobbied to get Mr. Magoo out of there. It worked. They'll play that. They'll play well this season.
I don't know, guys. What's your overall take?
I agree with JB. I think they can't go nowhere but up. Like I always say, they're gonna play well this year. They got rid of Mr. Magoo, like he said. Now they're gonna have OBJ back. You got to put that in consideration. And then from what everybody's saying, Saquon Barkley is supposed to be the next. I can't remember. I had it in my head. The next Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they're saying. So the offense is going to be there, like you said.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So listen, this year I didn't want to do the game by game schedule. I just took a glance at it and everything based on what we feel that we saw in the schedule. JB, I don't know if you predicted any kind of movement here in the division. Look, I'm gonna give them won 3 games last season. I'm gonna give them 5. I'm gonna say 5-11. They stay in the gutter. They improve slightly, But then at the end of this season, though, Dave Gettleman, that's when he really makes the really crazy moves, and we'll start to see them kind of get a little bit better. 5-11 is where I'm at, JB. Where you at?
I go 1 game better, 6-10.
Okay, all right. And Glass, what's yours?
I'm gonna go 1 game better, 7-9.
There you go. That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Okay, all right, 7-9. But so 7-9 though might get them tangled and tied up with Washington a little bit. But we'll talk about Washington here in a minute. Anyway, what's the next team, Glass?
The Washington professional football team. They finished 7-9 in the division. They was 1-5.
Yeah, they were. Oh, that was mine, wasn't it?
That's yours, man.
Oh yeah, okay. So they finished 7-9. 1-5 in the division. We won one division game, right? Kirk Cousins was their man. 493 yards, 64.3% completion, 27 touchdowns to 13 INTs. Got sacked 41 times. Got put on his back pretty hard. What's the man's name? Sanjay. What's his name? Perine. 603 yards, 3.4 yards per carry, 1 touchdown all season. You know what I'm saying? Crazy stuff. Jamison Crowder, 789 yards, 12 receptions, 3 touchdowns. He was their lead receiver, right? You know what I'm saying? On defense, they had Ryan Kerrigan with 13 sacks, 3 fumble recoveries, DJ Swearinger 4 interceptions. And only one guy took one back to the house. Only scored on 1 interception. So their defense can't put no points on the board, right? So you can't get no points on the board from the defense. Can't really get no points on the board from the offense either. So they had some transactions here. We had they added Orlando Scandrick from Dallas. They got Paul Richardson, and then who's his last one? McPhee. And then they drafted first round Deron Payne, defensive lineman, running back Darius Juice. And then
Geis.
Is it Geis? I don't know. His name.
Geis.
Geis.
It looked like Juice with a J.
Yeah, right.
Or they call him Juice, but it's Geis.
Okay. They got a tackle in Garon Christian and a safety in Troy Apke. So that's what they brought in. So, and then of course the big addition, Alex Smith at quarterback, right? So they weren't playing around with. Well, you know, they weren't playing around with Kirk Cousins no more. He went and got his money elsewhere. So you know they let go so many people, and I think they had more transactions than anybody else. I was looking at the list; it was so many of them I couldn't even write them all down. But they waived and released and added so many people. But this is what they at right now. Really didn't bolster nothing on the wide receiver position. Didn't really added nothing different to the running back position. So we just got a new quarterback in there and a couple defensive moves. Glass, Washington, even though I think they slightly upgraded their quarterback, I would give them that. I would say they slightly upgraded their quarterback. I mean, you know, Alex Smith, Kirk Cousins, you know, it's like a toss-up almost. You know what I mean? I just give the nod to Alex Smith because I think he got a little bit more heart, a little bit more guts. I mean, they both pretty tough dudes, you know what I mean? But but if the game is on the line, I'm going with Smith. You know what I'm saying? Over Cousins. You know what I'm saying? But listen, ain't much changed, JB. Not a whole lot going on there, right? So what you think? What you think about the Washington squad?
That 1-5 in that division concerns me because if you can't get out of your division, if you can't win inside of that, you go nowhere fast. I don't care what you do outside of your own division. Right. But the fact that I think other teams in that division won't live up to their billing, I think that they'll be a contender.
Right, but it was 2 teams in that division that only lost 1 division game apiece.
Correct.
You know, so that's pretty good, right? And so for these guys to only win 1 game in their division, that's pretty.
I'm assuming it was against the Giants.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I mean, I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? But I'm assuming that's what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's nothing to to clap your hands about.
Nah, man. You know, and Glass, even with the upgrade that you're behind center, you still need something at wide receiver. You still need something at running back. You know, I just
Before we start, I'm gonna go ahead and give shout outs to Lauren. What's up, girl?
You gotta do it.
Washington fan. She gonna be delighted what I got to say. Now let's remember now. They finished 7-9, 1-5 in the division, right?
Yep.
When they first started the season, they had a close battle with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
Next game, they beat the Los Angeles Rams in Los Angeles.
They did.
And the next game, they mopped up the Oakland Raiders. So if it wasn't for the injuries on the offensive line and on the defensive side, I believe they would have made the playoffs. Yeah. And they had a better record than what they have. So to me, with everything going on with Alex Smith being on the team now, I believe they playoff bound right now.
Well, only thing I see in the statute that might change, like, okay, so Cousins was on his back 41 times, right? That's a high number, right? I don't know where that stack up in the league at.
Yeah, but they addressed their offensive line woes in the draft.
They did, and they got a quarterback who ain't gonna sit there and just take no sack either. So
exactly.
That number gonna go down a little bit, but that's what I see. Now this team, they went 7-9 last year. I got them going 7-9 again this year. You know what I'm saying? So, JB, what say you?
I think they'll get 10 wins this year.
Oh snap! Okay. Don't know where them 10 wins gonna come from. I should have put a schedule. You know what I'm saying? 10 wins. Okay, Glass. So, JB, putting them in 10 wins gonna put them in second place.
And that it could be the eventual winner of the division.
Well, you know, you got Dallas and Philly. You know what I mean? But okay, all right.
Yeah, we know how that go.
Right. I don't know about Philly, but I think they could be in second place. I give them. He said 10. I'm giving them 9-7.
Wow. So 9-7. That's either tied. It's either going to be tied for second or in third, right there. That's what, because I think that's how this division going to shake out. New York ain't really going to put up that much of a fight. I don't think so. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Where we going next?
Next up is the Dallas Cowboys. They finished season 9-7 in division 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1. That's mine too, right? Okay. Cool.
Yep.
So what we got here? Oh yeah, like you said, 5-1 in division. I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact that was like New York's like first win of the season. When did they beat Dallas?
No, you know who they beat.
Oh, that's right. They beat your boys.
Yeah,
I forgot about
let's not talk about that.
No, I forgot about it. Your boy Dak Prescott. You know, he's the lead passer on the team. 3,324 yards, 62.9% completion, 22 touchdowns, 13 INTs. His number went completely in the toilet from last year. Got sacked 32 times. Zeke Elliott, when he was in the starting lineup, he went 983 yards, 4.1 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns. His numbers went in the toilet as well. But he was suspended for 4 games toward the end of the season. Right? I think what it started like week 8 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was right. So the dearly departed Dez Bryant was the lead receiver at 838 yards, 69 receptions with 6 TDs. So he was bringing that to the table. Jason Witten, we'll talk about the transactions later, but he is not going to be part of the team no more. So the offensive output is taking a dive. We're going to talk about that. So on defense, DeMarcus Lawrence, 14.5 sacks, but from a recovery, which is actually a bright spot on the defense. Jeff Heath, I didn't even know this dude's name until I pulled him up. He was the leading interception, so he got 3 interceptions. Byron Jones brought one of the interceptions back for a score. Okay, so in the draft, they brought in Leighton Vander Esch, linebacker, Connor Williams as a guard, Mike Gallup, wide receiver, and Dorrance Armstrong, a defensive end. Now, I don't know much about Mike Gallup. I didn't see his tape. But is he the Dez Bryant replacement? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But they brought in David Irving on free agency. Coney Ely from Carolina they signed him another 1-year contract. Released Dez Bryant, Benson Ayawa and Joe Villano, and Jason Witten retired. So that's the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know. They went look from 2016. Which I think it was Dak and Zeke's first. They were rookie seasons, right? Mm-hmm. Yo, they was putting up all kind of numbers. Zeke rushing titles, going for the rushing title and all this kind of stuff. He ran into a little bit of trouble. I know he was suspended for a few games. Couldn't reach 1,000 yards, especially if you don't miss 4 games. Just Witten gone, Bryant gone. You stuck with what you stuck with. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you're a Dallas fan, JB, how you feeling right now?
I don't think the strength of their team, which is the offensive line, can make up for all the things that they lost. Yeah. I don't like them even repeating that with the record that they had. I think even though Bryant was not that productive this past season, you still respected the fact that he was on the field.
Right. Absolutely.
And that made teams play you a certain way. But these guys, I mean, granted, let's say these new guys come in, they're bigger, faster, and they're better, but they still have to be proven. Teams are not game planning around these young guys, so they still have to prove themselves. I just don't feel like teams will respect them the 6 days before the game. I just feel like teams will just go after their strength, which is that one thing.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Look, I think they snuck up on people, in their rookie season. I think that rookie campaign, they kind of, they kind of surprised a lot of folk, I mean, people kind of expected Zeke Elliott to be pretty good. I don't think we expected that out of Dak Prescott, though. I think he was the biggest surprise, in my opinion. Maybe some people, Dallas Cowboy fans would love to tell you they knew it the first time they saw, Dak Prescott, but I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because what was he drafted? 4th round, something like that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But we've seen stuff happen. You know what I mean? We've seen, late round quarterbacks come through and become, really, really great quarterbacks and stuff like that. I don't know. I thought that was the year before that was a magical run. And then, of course, you had, they made the playoffs the year before and everybody thought Dallas was back. I didn't buy into it then, and I don't buy into it now, Glass.
Well, I seen some dents in the armor with Prescott. I think they were jockeying the last 3 games of the season. They were jockeying for a playoff spot,
right?
And he didn't look good in those clutch moments.
Right.
So, of course, it's just a couple of games, but I mean, still.
Yeah, I don't know, Glass. Where you at with the Dallas Cowboys, man?
Man, I just say I'm gonna treat this individual just like I treat Norm Turner in San Diego.
Yeah.
Is Jason Garrett still the head coach?
Jason Garrett still the head coach?
They ain't gonna do shit. Just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't know how to adjust, as you can see. And if just like 3-4 years ago when DeMarco Murray was running, they just ran him ragged.
They did.
That's what they shouldn't have done. Because now look at him now. I don't think he's on the team right now. But whatever they got running, they gonna run that down to the ground. Just like you said,
they made the playoffs on that nonsense, man.
They lost in the playoffs.
They lost exactly.
Right.
Just like with Dak and Ezekiel.
Right.
They was rookie years. They was phenomenal. They ran them to the ground. Last year, everybody caught up to Dak Prescott,
right?
Which Zeke got suspended. Dak Prescott, I believe he is a quality quarterback. I knew what they was going to get when they got him. The only reason why he went down in the 4th round because of his off the field issues with the DUIs and all that stuff. Yeah. But he's not a top 10 quarterback for what anybody think. You know what I'm saying? I said, everybody caught up with him. Now we got to see if Jason Garrett could do any kind of magic to make this. I think they're gonna go down. I know they finished 9-7.
What you mean, Glass? Jason Garrett finally coach a game? Because he don't coach.
I'm just saying that's the only way they're gonna change anything. Right. And we all know how that's gonna end up.
Well, you know, he's invulnerable from getting fired, right? We see this, right? So it's impossible to fire the man. You know, and apparently, Jerry Jones claimed that he's all about winning, man. But I think he done settle with the fact that his team ain't won nothing in such a long time. You know, I don't believe he really believed. When they made the playoffs that year, it was like, oh, what is this? This wasn't supposed to happen. You know what I mean? But I'm with you, Glass. I don't think they're gonna reach or top that 9-7 mark they had last year. I'm JB. I'm putting them at 8-8. Glass, where you going with them?
6-10.
Wow.
I'll do you one less.
Really? 5-11? Look, 5-11 puts them with the Giants, man.
Hey, look, man, you've got. I'm about to reevaluate my Giants record, right. But listen, it's hard to replace the shoes and the shadows of just one Jason Witten.
Right.
I mean, that guy was everything you wanted in a player, as far as being reliable, sure-handed, a blocker. He always was open, but he ran like a 9-2.
Right. Yeah.
And even Dez Bryant, say what you will about the guy, that's a shadow casting also. So I don't think so.
Right. So we saying that out of the 4 teams, right? So apparently it ain't gonna be that much of a Super Bowl hangover for Philadelphia. But out of the 4 teams, the one to take the biggest step backwards is the Dallas Cowboys. That's what we're agreeing on.
Yep. Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say that too.
Okay. Because I forget what I had Washington. I think I gave Washington a little bit better, or just gave them the same record. I think I gave them the same record. So
I think you gave them the same. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So Dallas, I think I agree with that. I just think
right now they have no room for error. One injury, it will throw them to 5-11 with no problem.
Absolutely.
And let's not
one
forget.
Injury, one anything, suspension, anything. You saw what one suspension done to them.
Yeah. And
with this new Dallas team.
If I ain't mistaken, there's a couple of them on suspension now.
Correct.
They got a couple of them in jail.
They going through some stuff right now.
Correct.
Right. So they are already behind the 8 ball. What I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I expected. Well, first of all, I didn't expect the stuff that happened at the end of the season to happen. I didn't expect the whole thing to go down with. I mean, Dad's been under fire for a couple seasons now. He's been under the microscope. You know what I mean? As the attention been shifting away from him into Prescott and Elliott, I still didn't think that they was going to phase him out like that, though. I didn't think it would happen that quickly because, I mean, for years, the offense pretty much flowed through Dez. That was it. You know what I mean? But
I mean, take a look. We had a little sneak peek of the injury suspension. What happens to Dallas when that rears his head? Zeke gets suspended, they lose game. Tyron Smith get hurt, they lose games. DeMarcus Lawrence get arrested, whatever the case was with that, they lose games.
Yeah.
So there's no margin for error with this team, and there will be so many opportunities for it. They'll come into the season missing stuff.
Right. So, JB, you said something earlier, and now I'm thinking, but now that we this deep into the divisional breakdown, let's revisit New York real quick. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, so as we look at because we ain't talked about Philadelphia yet, but looking at the two teams that were in the middle last year, they are either not moving upwards or trending backwards, which means that New York can't trend no more backwards than that. You know what I mean? So now that I'm thinking about, what I give them 5-11, I'm gonna get them 2 more wins. I'm gonna put 2 more wins on them, Glass.
Okay.
I'm gonna put 2 more wins on them. I'm gonna give them 7-9.
All right.
I mean, they ain't going to the playoffs. Obviously, they not doing that. You know what I mean? I think they got I don't forget what divisions they playing against. I think they playing against the West and they playing against the South. Playing against the NFC South this year. And they playing against the NFC West. So the schedule is already tough. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just the division play is gonna help the Giants out a little bit. But man, you got all them teams in the South. You got the Saints, and you got the Panthers and the Falcons, and of course you got the Rams and the Seahawks, the Niners. I mean, so that's a tough road. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So I know because I know you keep track of this stuff. Put 2 more on the board for them.
Okay. Gotcha.
Hey, I'm sorry, Glass. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, JB.
I'm gonna revisit my Giants little synopsis too. I'm giving them 11 wins.
Oh, no.
They didn't draft a quarterback. They didn't draft a quarterback in the first round for Eli. He made a deal with him somewhere. Told him, look, this is it.
Yeah.
11.
Okay.
11-5.
So you said they're going all in. They going all in.
Oh, that I mean, obviously.
Hey, you got to mention Pat Shermer. You seen what he was doing up in Minnesota.
Yeah,
I can believe he could bring that down to the New York Giants.
Wow, going from that. I mean, they go from worst to first.
That's correct.
I ain't saying it's impossible.
I said they would be worse.
Well, I'm just saying that's what JB's saying. I'm just saying I ain't saying it's impossible because my Carolina Panthers done did it twice. Mm-hmm. So
Philadelphia Eagles just did it.
They did,
right?
So, so it's definitely possible. Okay, all right, Glass. Let's run it up. What's we going to Philadelphia, obviously, right? So.
Yes, we're going to the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. They finished season 13-3, division 5-1. Of course, the head coach is Doug Peterson. They offense was ranked 7th in rushing. It was 132.2, which was 4th in rushing. They averaged 233.6 in passing, which is 12th in the league. On defense, they was ranked 4th. Rushing, they stopped the rush big time, 79.2, which is 2nd in the league. In passing, they slowed it down to 227.3, which is 17th in the league. They drafted second round Dallas Goedert, hopefully I said that right, tight end from South Dakota State. In the 4th round, they had 2, Avonte Maddox, the cornerback from Pittsburgh, which is a good pick, especially in the 4th round. Josh Sweat, or Sweet, I don't know how to pronounce that, defensive end from Florida State. In the 6th round, they got Matt Pryor, the offensive tackle from TCU. The subtraction that I know of right now is Torrey Smith, but he got replaced by Mike Wallace. I think Mike Wallace is overrated, but he is a decent wide receiver.
He's a journeyman, and he does. He done been everywhere, but he always contributes. I say
exactly,
that much,
exactly. So. And let's not forget they added on Michael Bennett from Seattle and Haloti Ngata. He was at Detroit, right?
Yeah,
that's good lineman to have. So I say it's an upgrade on the line. Top passer, of course, we know it's Carson Wentz. He played 13 games before he got injured the ACL tear against the Rams. He completed 265 passes out of 440 attempts, which is 60.2%. He accumulated 3,296 passing yards, 33 passing touchdowns to 7 interceptions. And Carson was sacked 28 times, fumbled 9 times, and had a QBR of 74.4. Don't quote me on the QBR. That's ESPN, but some tell me that should be a little bit higher. That's just me. Right. Top rushers: LeGarrette Blount started 11 out of 16 games played, has 173 carries for 766 yards, which is an average of 4.4 yards per attempt. He had 1 fumble and 2 rushing touchdowns. Behind him was Jay Ajayi. Started 1 out of 7 games played, had 70 carries for 408 yards, averaged 5.8 yards per attempt, 2 fumbles and 1 rushing touchdowns. Top receivers, the tight end Zach Ertz He started 13 out of 14 games played. He was targeted 110 times with 74 receptions for 824 yards, which is an average of 11.1 yards per receptions. Had 8 receiving TDs and 1 fumble. Next up is wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey. He started all 16 games, which is a shock. He wasn't doing all that for the Bears, but I digress. He was targeted 120 times for 57 receptions at 789 yards, which is an average of 13.8 yards per reception, and had 9 receiving TDs. The top defenders of the Eagles is linebacker Nigel Bradham. Led the team in tackles with 61 and 27 assists. Defensive end Brandon Graham led the team in sacks with 9.5, with 1 going back for a TD. And cornerback Patrick Robinson led the team in interceptions with 4 that he returned for 36 yards.
Man, I've been missing the chat the whole entire time. You know what I'm saying? I had the wrong thing up here. But listen, I want to look. I don't want nobody to feel like I was ignoring them. But yeah, what up, y'all? I didn't have it up. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's the first. I see that a couple people came in there. Steve came in there, and what was that? The Black Dominican Russian. That's
Diego,
right?
From A Sports,
Lauren
right?
Is in there. You know what I mean? And
come on, Q.
All
that flack you gave me earlier.
I didn't have it up on the screen. My bad, bro. My bad. Wow. Okay. So after that synopsis right there, the Eagles, man, even though even though they got a lot of good stuff that was already in place, I'm gonna tell you, Glass, I don't like the decision that was made at quarterback. I mean, listen, I'm just gonna keep it gangster, right? I know that Wentz got you 11 games, right? Was it 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the 11 games that Wentz got, now it's debatable. We can do it all day, but I know this ain't the time or the place. But it's debatable because people said this about Carolina a couple years ago. Said that the schedule got them where they got, right? Even though the Eagles finished the job and Carolina didn't get, saying the schedule was soft. I don't know.
Are you saying that the Philadelphia Eagles schedule was soft?
Look, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's the debate, okay? That's what people were talking about. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know why that debate is valid when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, when it comes to Carolina, but the Eagles couldn't possibly have had no soft schedule. But Carolina rode the waves on the easy schedule to get 15-1. That's beside the point. The thing is, though, 11 games, Wentz goes out with a horrific injury. Probably was on his way to MVP, like you mentioned. He probably was on his way to MVP. But the games that were important, the playoff games, the Super Bowl, were won by Nick Foles. It don't even let they even gave this man a shot after the game. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even give him it was like, you know what? Thank you for your service, bro. That's what it seemed like to me. I don't know, Jamie. Wait, because Glenn was like he ready to explode. What you think about that, Jamie?
Just the quarterback situation?
Yeah.
Hey, man, he had a knee injury. What can you do? That is what it is.
It's unfair, man. It's unfair.
Well, you gonna play the guy with a bat? I mean, we seen that with RG3. I mean, he wanted to be out there.
That man won a Super Bowl, bro.
What? You throwing up the Nick Foles flag? Is that what you're saying now?
Listen. I don't want to do this, Jay, because I know it's gonna ruffle your feathers, right? But let's take this back a little bit, because this is why it bothers me, because this goes all the way back to San Francisco and Colin Kaepernick and Alex Smith. I'm still on it, Glass. What has been?
I see. You can't let that go.
What has been 5 years now for you?
5, I know.
Okay, so it's been a long time, but it goes back to that, right? So we all know the story, okay? Alex Smith playing his ass off, right? They go into NFC Championship games and all this stuff, right? But on the year they decided they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl, same exact scenario. He goes down. This dude didn't even get the opportunity to get his job back and never got it back. They shipped his ass off to Kansas City without even giving him a handshake. Now, granted, they didn't win the Super Bowl. The Ravens won it on some technical stuff with the lights and all that. But that's a whole.
We didn't do that.
That's a whole different. I'm just saying, this ain't right. and I'm here to protest.
Look, the man had
I'm
a season-ending injury. This is not even the same scenario. He had a season-ending injury.
You act like Alex Smith been ousted out the league. He ain't hurting. He played well with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now he with the Washington Red.
Okay,
with Washington professional team. You act like he got ousted.
I'm talking about Nick Foles, right? So,
Nick had a season. No, not Nick, but Wentz had a season-ending injury.
Yeah, but see now.
And Wentz was almost. If he wouldn't have got injured, he would have been MVP.
Look, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. What I do disagree with is, like, right now, you look at the roster right now, you look at what everybody's saying right now, that it ain't even a debate on who's going to be the starting quarterback. It ain't even a debate. We don't even know how good this man going to be on this knee. We don't even know.
Big Q. You mean to tell me when Wentz come back,
he should be on the bench. He should earn his way back on the field.
JB, what you think, bro?
Nope. Wentz should be the starter.
Really? Why? What makes him deserve to be the starter? Did he win the Super Bowl? Did he win?
Oh my God!
Well,
did he do that?
Okay, well then, let it be decided in camp.
Oh, now I'm with that.
Right,
I'm with that.
Exactly.
But
that in preseason.
That ain't what everybody's saying though. Everybody's saying they automatically putting Wentz back at the QB1.
And I can't knock that.
Well, I mean, like Alex, my man Nick Foles was listed as a backup. He wasn't listed as a quarterback.
You can't deny that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so he's getting backup type money.
Right.
He got a backup quarterback contract. So that's what his job was. And he came in as the backup to do his job.
Yeah.
Just the games that he got he was having to play was playoff and Super
Bowl.
What
I'm saying is this man done won the Super Bowl. We won
one game, man.
No, actually it was about 5. Okay.
Listen though, Q, if he was that great, if he was that good as you suggesting,
yeah.
He shopped the free agency market. Nobody thought about it.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something that pisses me off even more. Kirk Cousins got more money for doing nothing than Nick Foles.
Case Keenum got more money.
Case Keenum got more money.
Case Keenum got guaranteed money. He got an NBA contract.
What the hell is going on, man? So what you got to do right here? I mean, winning the Super Bowl clearly ain't enough. Clearly ain't enough.
Come on, man. All right, wait. Stop.
Clearly ain't enough.
Nick Foles did a great job in the Super Bowl, but he wasn't the. I even know he got MVP.
Did you see this man's performance in the playoffs? I mean, this was Joe Flacco-esque. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He won
against the Falcons. He won against the Vikings. He won against the Patriots. In the season, he was what? Now I'm looking at this right now. He was 1-3.
Look.
Wait. He was 2-1 in the regular season.
Okay.
Carson Wentz, and you talking about they had a soft schedule. They ran through Redskins, Chiefs, Chargers.
Yeah.
Redskins again. Sorry, Washington professional team. My team was in crap.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Seahawks, Rams, Raiders.
I'm looking at
Come on, man.
I'm looking at the comments. First of all, JB gets a shout out from Stephanie Renee. Aries Falcons on trip. How much? First of all, look, we ain't got but like 4 minutes left in the show. This has been. I was thinking about this all week as we was getting ready to do the show. I was like, I know these dudes ain't gonna agree with me. I know they're not, but I'm telling you, like, I don't win a Super Bowl. Just like, I mean, the first Super Bowl for the city. It was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It was a big. He got no reward. It was just like, thank you. A handshake and a kick in the ass. And
what do you think he should have got?
Man.
What do you think he should have got?
I think he should have got that starting job. It shouldn't even be a debate right now. It should be his job until somebody takes it.
All right, let me flip the script on you real quick. I know we got short time. If your boy Cam, like I said, what was that 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Did what he did. He got hurt in the end. And who was his backup?
Who is
Anderson was his quarterback.
Anderson was the backup. He did. He would have led him to the Super Bowl the last couple of games.
Yeah.
When the next season come back around, who would you have?
Listen.
I'm listening.
They got $100 million invested in Cam Newton. Okay. They don't have $100 million invested in no Carson Wentz, who's still on a rookie contract, mind you.
And they don't have it in Nick Foles either. So.
Exactly.
So that's why, again, that bolsters my argument.
Because Nick Foles is listed as the backup quarterback for the team.
But going back, if Anderson had came in week 11, won 3 playoff games on the road, went in against the big bad New England Patriots, and put them on their face the way that look. and I'm gonna say this out loud in front of everybody. I think Nick Foles outperformed the greatest Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And I know it wasn't just him.
Then why wasn't his free agency stock high and through the roof? Why is he still on the Eagles as a backup?
Because more on the team than the individual. That's why.
Listen, man, this man outplayed Tom Brady in the Super Bowl on the biggest stage.
31 other teams didn't think so. They didn't want to touch him.
They didn't want to touch him. You know what I'm saying?
They paid Keenum, Cousins, Smith. Some guys got paid.
They ain't do nothing. Smith had.
They played a whole season.
Smith had his worst season in 3 years.
Foles gave you a snippet. Nick Foles gave you a snippet.
Wow. So Arias Falcons who got him to the Super Bowl? Listen,
Kirk Cousins guaranteed money like the NBA. He got max contract.
He got guaranteed. Yeah, exactly.
And he ain't did nothing.
Well,
that's it. Blame that on the league.
He done one thing that Nick Foles hasn't done. He started multiple seasons.
Exactly.
For the team. As quarterback one.
I'm just saying. So look, the loyalty.
All right, wait. JB made a great point. Listen, Nick Foles did great the couple of games that he had, but what about the other season? Why he ended up with the Philadelphia Eagles as a backup?
Listen, man, look,
he started on the other team.
You can say the same thing about Kirk Cousins. You can say the same thing about Alex Smith.
Why was he shipped out of Philly from the beginning the first time?
Listen. I remember when everybody was singing his praises, how he didn't throw interceptions and stuff. You remember that?
I did too.
You remember that?
I was too.
The man got blackballed, man, and then he came back and showed y'all. Then he showed y'all what he was really about. He won the Super Bowl in the best fashion you could possibly win it in.
He was on the team and didn't make mistakes to help the team not lose.
Look, I ain't taking nothing away from the team.
Had a trick play to get a touchdown.
Hey, it don't matter. Look, he caught his pass. Tom Brady didn't catch his pass. Okay. Tom Brady didn't catch his pass.
Now you're looking at it like a real casual fan, Q.
I'm just saying, Tom Brady didn't catch his pass. Look, I don't care how you slice it. He outperformed Tom Brady in that game. I know that was mostly coaching. I know that was mostly Peterson, right? But Foles executed at a level that we ain't seen in a long time. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it was like Joe Flacco. See, JB, you should know. You've seen this before. Look, his performance.
Joe played the whole season to get there, though. He was on he's on that roster as the starting quarterback.
But what is Joe known for? He's known for that playoff run, though, right?
It don't matter, kid. Right. I don't know what kind of argument you making for Nick Foles, but nobody believes it.
The argument I'm making is the man should at least have a shot at the QB1. They should.
First off, shout out to Arias Falcon. He said he begged to differ because other teams wanted him, meaning Foles. Eagles didn't want to give him up.
Right.
Well, they believe something, then, Q. That helps your argument.
They got to return their investment, but they not. They got to.
They just got to make sure Wentz is fully healthy before they ship Noah.
Right. So he insurance right now. That's it.
It's a sad thing. So now he gonna ride the pine for the rest. He might get some playoff. Some preseason action.
Man, he better be having a check.
Yeah, well, he won a Super Bowl, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and the MVP.
Hey, what's his JB? When y'all won the 2000 Super Bowl, who was your quarterback?
Joe. Oh no.
He don't even want to say his name. That dude. That dude,
right?
Yeah.
Who?
I think it was Mark Trestman.
It wasn't Mark Trestman. It was announcing now. He's an announcer.
I got his face in my head. Hasselbeck. Not
Hasselbeck. Get the ball head or whatever.
I know he played for. He stole another Super Bowl in Tampa Bay also.
Oh my God! He got two Super Bowl rings.
Trent Dilfer. Yeah, he stole another one.
He stole another one. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So people can steal Super Bowls, Big Q.
I guess so.
It ain't the individual, it's the team that helped them out.
Wow.
Right. All you got to do is not mess it up.
I guess so.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Wow. Okay, so that was a good debate, good healthy debate, JB. Look,
hey, we have to give our predictions for
for the Philly Eagles, right? Yeah. So they finished at what was it?
They finished 13-3.
Wow, that was impressive. You know what I mean? That was impressive from Carson Wentz. Let's see if we can do it again. All right. So look, I still got them being the team to beat in that division, right? Because really, they didn't really lose a whole lot. I mean, it's just they get the quarterback back, but he was pretty good when they had him. But just like with Deshaun Watson, which we'll talk about at another time, we got to see how he's gonna bounce back from that injury. I don't know, but I think they still win the division. I think they're still gonna be the team to beat. I said they win it with 10 wins. I think they go and win it with 10 wins. They go 10. New York was what 9-7. I had them at 9-7. Right. Washington was 5-11.
5-11.
Yeah, Washington was 5-11.
Q.
And Dallas was 5-11. So that's where I'm at.
All right.
I don't think Philly get no better than 10 because I think that New York gonna get their wins back. So they won't get 11. They won't reach 11 or 12. It's gonna be at 10.
Okay. I'm gonna say the Eagles gonna get. I agree with you. I'm gonna say 10. I want to say 11, but I'm gonna say 10 because I think Giants will get a game back, and I think Washington might get a game, if not 2 games back. I think Washington gonna give Eagles a run for the money in the division.
Yeah.
And New York gonna step up a little bit, but the Dallas Cowboys going straight nosedive.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, so they'll be resigning at the bottom, and they'll be in that high draft picks, which they need. So they need to get a high prospect wide receiver. All right, JB, where you at?
8-8. Success is hard to repeat, man.
Really
and that for that franchise and that team, they have seen the heights like that. They hadn't seen heights like that since Donovan McNabb. You saw how that city and that team respond to success. It'll lose them for years.
It does.
So 8-8 Super Bowl hangover will be considered, but that ain't gonna be the real story.
Again, the schedule ain't gonna be a cakewalk. I can tell you, they got the NFC South and they got the.
Well, you're gonna have to. I don't know if a team like that can handle being the prime target week in and week out for a whole year as the defending champion.
Yeah, and they're going in with a quarterback who got an untested knee. That's all I'm saying. Untested.
8-8, bro.
Yeah. I'm glad you don't like that. All right.
I think y'all finna see Eli Manning.
Oh, the real Eli Manning, not the commercial style Eli Manning.
I feel like this is when he.
Everyone's Falcons say that.
He like a cicada. He'll just lay low.
Right. Wow.
All of a sudden,
wow.
He's out beating Brady in the Super Bowl, just like out of nowhere.
Well, I want to thank everybody who did come out. I'm sorry I didn't get into the chat until like halfway through the show or whatever, and for whatever reason it's not showing up on the stream like it's supposed to. I guess I got to address that too. But I want to thank everybody who came out for our premiere. We definitely appreciate it. Glass will not be with us next week, so I'm putting it out there right now for the people who are watching. If anybody want to step and sit in Glass's seat while he gone, DM me on Twitter. We'll talk about it. We'll see if we can get you on the show. If you got the right equipment and stuff to come on, we'll hook it up and we'll get you in here. We're gonna be doing the AFC. Did we say we was gonna just do it? We weren't gonna vote on it this time. It was gonna be
we wasn't gonna vote on it.
It was gonna be Brady and then what was it gonna be? Houston. Who was it?
Brady
and then okay, we're doing the East. So we're doing the AFC East next week. JB, I know you weren't feeling good, man. I'm glad you was able to make it.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I appreciate everybody who stick with us year after year after year while we do this, man. And I'm saying we're gonna go ahead and get through these 8 weeks so we get to the regular season. Right now, it's all speculation. We're gonna have some fun doing it though. Glass, go ahead and put yourself over for the fans in case they don't know or they don't forgot or people are here for the first time.
Hey, appreciate it. And glad to see you up in here, JB. Appreciate
Thank you.
Strengthening it out and coming up on here.
Appreciate it.
To all the Twitter hustlers out there about on YouTube, you could catch me, Glass, at Get With It Sports. Please get your sports with a little swag. You can check us out on YouTube, Get With It Sports 2. Check us, just hit us down on search and put it over there. Check out the videos that we have there. On Spreaker, at Get With It Sports. You can check out the Instagram page, the Facebook page, Get With It Sports.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. If you want to catch me, connect with me, shoot the ish with me, you can hit me on the Gmail, Get With It Sports 2. That's number 2 at gmail.com.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Now, JB, I don't know if you was ready to reveal some stuff just yet or what. What is it? You ain't ready yet?
No.
Okay. Well, go ahead and put yourself over for the fans.
Well, anyway, hey, Glass, man, hey, we gonna run this thing all the way to February, man.
There you go.
So, anyway, y'all, I'm glad to be back, even though I'm a little under the weather. Still drugging in because I would not miss the premiere.
I know that's
right. You always can find me here every Wednesday nights on live, TeamBoydTV, and on Twitter at Raven Shogun.
Beautifully done. I want to give a shout out to my sister-in-law, Lil Quintella. I'm glad you was able to join. Did old boy get to watch the show? Because we ain't talking about his Falcons. We're gonna talk about his Falcons here pretty soon though. But a shout out to you for joining the show. I'm glad you was able to watch it. Marcus Johnson, shout out to you. Thank you for joining the show. I don't know if you subscribed or not, but go ahead and hit that little subscription button and go ahead and subscribe to us real quick so you can keep on joining up with us. I'm glad everybody came out, man. Y'all guys are awesome, man. And of course, you can find me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. The rest of the program is going to roll out shortly. We got the Black and Blue podcast from my Carolina Panther fans. That is coming shortly. I don't know when. It's going to be before the season, though. But I don't know when. And, of course, when the season starts, me, the beautiful Vernie B, will be back for at Teamboyd TV Game Time, and we got some other little surprises that we're going to work in there too. JB is working on something. A joint venture between JB and Vernie might be in the works, and some other stuff. Again, Aries, I saw your message. You said you might want to pull up a chair. Look, Glass gonna be absent. His seat gonna be open for 1 week. So hit your boy up. Let me know what y'all want to do and all that kind of thing. I want to get on one thing. Everybody for coming out, man, and making a premiere. Awesome, fellas. It was good to see y'all. I ain't seen y'all in a couple of months. You know, it's been good to get back with the fellas, man. Y'all good?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I can't wait.
Beautiful. Until next week, man, we're doing the AFC East, Tom Brady. We're talking about it. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. All right, football fans, the 2018 TeamBoyd TV online programming campaign has begun. TeamBoyd TV Live will be airing live on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. We also have the TeamBoyd TV presents the Black and Blue podcast, which will be airing on Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. We also have TeamBoyd TV Game Time, which are picks for the week, which will be airing on Saturdays. Follow us on all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Also subscribe to us on Twitch for all your NFL coverage for 2018.